a summer night in 1983. I'd just gotten off the phone with my mother. She said that my father, Stoppus the Brave, I'd based in the hospital. Scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories. I got in my car and drove to the hospital as fast as I could, while also using my turn signal whenever merging lanes on the highway, because I've recognised that giving other drivers a fair warning before merging suddenly on a road that has a speed limit of 55 or above is not a nice thing to do. And I also made sure to keep a good distance from the driver in front of me, because I don't want to tailgate someone else the entire time they're driving up the highway. When I finally arrived to the hospital, my mother was nowhere to be seen. I asked the staff if they'd seen her, as she makes a point to always make conversation with those working the counter while checking in, but they said no. I asked which room Stoppus the Brave had been taking up residence in, and they said no one by that name had ever stayed there. I asked,
"What do you mean? Is this not Grenady Hospital?"
They assured me that it was, but they were insistent that nobody named Stoppus the Brave had ever been taking up residence in there. I drove home, sadly, the rain echoing as the petrichor danced around my head, slowly stilling my heart. I was having an heart attack. I couldn't believe it. Luckily, I was still in the parking lot, so I ran towards the hospital and asked if I could get a room. They said that nobody named August had ever had a room before, and I said, "I'm having an heart attack," and grabbed my chest real tight, and they believed me because I used my pain from a heart attack to act like I was actually having a heart attack. Hours had passed and I woke up, not even realising I'd passed out until I woke up after passing out. My mother was there by my side, and she said, "Honey, I've heard the news. It's terrible what's happened. I don't know what I'd do if I lost you." I said,
"It's okay, Ma. I'm just glad I'm not going the way of Dad so soon after his death."
She looked at me peculiar and said,
"What do you mean?" I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I meant after Mr. Brave's death."
She sighed and went, "At least you've still got your manners about you, boy." I left too, and I went like, "Ha ha 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 ha." I asked her how my uncle was taking it, as him and my father grew extremely close over the years. It's like they were brothers, even though my uncle was from my mother's side.
"Quentis the Foolish hasn't been so happy since he's passed. He's been spending many nights in the office taking advantage of laughing gas and recording his new EP.
It made me so sad to hear that. Quentis had been off of laughing gas for years, ever since he took a job as a principal of an elementary school. But I can't blame him for falling back into old habits hard.
Not that it's something to have a laugh about, but it doesn't sound like much of a gas.
My mother was hysterical. She couldn't believe that I would say that. She was crying and laughing and crying once again. It seemed like she was going to lose her marbles at any second until she grabbed her chest and fell over on the floor.
Doctor! Help! It's my mother! She's having a heart attack!"
The doctor looked at me peculiarly and said, "There's nobody having a heart attack." I pointed at the floor and said,
"There, doctor! There! She's having a heart attack right now!"
He looked and went, "She's not having a heart attack. We don't know that yet. You're not the doctor, so don't try to diagnose shit. I know what the fuck I'm talking about." He reached down to check her pulse. "Oh shit, she's having a heart attack." He quickly rushed her to another room, and that was the last I'd heard of her before I was discharged the next afternoon. They kept me through the night to run some tests. Finally, I'd opened the door and saw my dog, August the Reactionary, and I sighed. I was relieved to finally be home after such a crazy thing had happened. I asked August how he was doing, and he said he'd just finished checking out this new viral video getting around. Something about water. It seemed unfunny to me, but I know that it was from a movie his friend really likes, so I wasn't telling him about it. I asked him if he wanted to watch a movie together or something later, and he said,
"Sorry man, but I actually was going to make some more reaction videos using prompts from ChatGPT. It's really bad at making them, but they're fun to interpret."
Oh, I started screaming, and I screamed, and I screamed, and I screamed once more.
and screamed so hard I thought blood spread out me too. I was overslept, it had to be overseen. I'd either die or lose my voice for weeks. It didn't seem possible that I could bear this pain without having another heart attack. But my body managed. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. It couldn't be happening. I was certain it wasn't. But it poured out of me like a fountain. Liters and liters of blood. I couldn't take it anymore. I was weak. My dog smiled. He kept laughing. My dog supports AI. My dog supports AI. My dog supports AI! Scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories, scary stories.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to check out my other videos. Now, I know that there have been some videos coming out lately that have been using my voice and image, but that is not me, and I do not support those videos. I do not support AI. That's why I made this story. It was sort of a vent about what's going on the channel. I do not support AI at all. And my dog doesn't support AI neither. So I just wanted to get all that straight. I mean, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that these hackers who are taking over this channel, ever since that Normie movie video about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, will relinquish soon. Anyways, if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and I'll see you.